I do have some fun with this. There are some things that I acknowledge by virtue of what I experience. It's just why I've always said it's an eternal blessing. It's an eternal gift. Because even when I self-reflect on the course that I took, the pathway, the nuclear coded sequences of everything that I experienced at the time that I experienced and at the time that I complete a circuit, it's just, uh, it's why I cry for 4 days, which is healing, right? But I was sitting here thinking, when I think about what systems that you want to operate in, a fallen system, and it's why. And I'll just give you an example because this is not about me, okay? But I'll give you an example. I went to school at the University of Arkansas, and for the job that I do, that's primary, okay? So in other words, getting a couple of certificates, diplomas, was not really my goal, even though I accepted them. But they're long gone. I forgot about them. I don't even know where they are. I don't put them up on a wall or anything like that, because my primary mission is healing or Hubgate work. Okay. So, because a lot of folks would ask me, you went to the University of California, Irvine, and you finished a graduate school in environmental engineering. You went to work for the Department of Energy at the INEL laboratory in Idaho, and then you jumped over to Arkansas, and you were in school there from like 1990, when was it, Mama? 96, 97, and then finished in 2010 in Oregon by taking a few online courses, okay? And so I was thinking about, because in other words, I never applied my consciousness to run deadlight implosion codes to use the certificates that they gave me to operate within that system, okay? Because it's organized cells that are criminal in nature, which means it's not natural, because it's a dead system. It's a phantom system. So why would I want to spend any time operating in that system, which is fallen, to say be like an elementary school teacher or a middle school teacher or a high school teacher or taking a job as a professor? Because I'll just share this with you, and this is why it's redundant. So I got a certificate from the University of California, Irvine, which is called Hazardous Materials and Toxic Substances Management. Okay, so that's related to what was known as Superfund, which is the cleanup, all the money that went into ShA to clean up all the poisons that are generated by war machine factories. Okay, that's the truth of it. And then I go into the behavioral sciences, right? And I get a bachelor's degree in education, right? A BS of science in vocational education, which is hands-on. You learn by doing, right? And then I finished graduate school in education to get a master's degree in science. Okay, so you could imagine, and it's amazing. My course, if you look at my grades or my transcripts, are all over the place. You go, whoa, this guy was getting D's, and he flunked here, he flunked. I was even on probation going to that school, right? And I was on, at the time, believe it or not, 95 milligrams of methadone from a back injury, spinal injury that I had. And the anesthesiologist, who was my doctor prescribing this medicine, could not believe that it was even possible, okay, for a battery, a battery slave, a capacitor on a motherboard. It's not possible for you to be on 95 milligrams of an AI drug and yet get a GPA of 4.0 in graduate school. How does that work? Spend time. See, so then I was thinking, okay, so you know how it is, job applications, they want a resume. And depending on what kind of application of consciousness you want to run through a corporation, for example, or any business or anybody that's interested in cutting you a check in electrons, which is the number of the visual display. And so I thought, let's just cut to the chase. I don't want to have to waste my time and energy having to sit there for a day on a word processor, listing all of the things that I've done, which represents experience, and all the classes that I've taken, and putting there my grade point and all this kind of stuff, right? Let's just cut to the chase. I'm always at zero. Would you like to hire somebody that's always at zero? And this was when Leigh and I used to have fun with this, and she would tell those folks, just like when Michelle Martin would share to me, you can't afford, Leigh would tell me, you can't afford me. Now I'm back to what I've always shared, and that is zero is timeless space, priceless, no charge. That's why we give away everything for free. That's zero.